You ever had negative thoughts before and you didn't know how to get rid of them? In this video, a simple formula that you can use to stop letting negative thinking control your life. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. Thanks for watching. Number one, notice it, accept it, and harvest the good. What happens is we have negative thoughts and then we get mad at ourselves about having negative thoughts because we're our own worst critic. We hold ourselves to such high standards and we put so much pressure on ourselves that we have a negative thought, but then the result is we create more negativity because then we start getting mad at ourselves. It goes something like this. No, you're too ugly to go ask them out. I mean, you can't make more money. Look at how stupid you are. I don't understand. Why do I always have these stupid negative thoughts? I'm so stupid. I can't believe how stupid I am. Why is this happening again? This is the third time this has happened this week. I don't know what to do. This is so stupid. This is the dumbest thing. I feel like such an idiot. I'm so stupid. And it goes on and on and on. Negative thought causes us to beat ourselves up, to shame ourselves, to get angry at ourselves, right? So we perpetuate negativity by identifying with it and then using a different voice in our head to scold ourselves about it. So what I invite you to do is quite literally to just notice it and accept it, right? First step, noticing it. It's very difficult in order to rise above anything that may be self-defeating if we don't notice it, right? Unconsciousness of something is what allows it to control us. Well, for most people, negative thinking is totally unconscious. They don't really even realize they're doing it. We're just noticing it. At this moment right now, I'm thinking that I'm too fat. I think that I'm too stupid. I think I don't have the qualifications. I think I'm not intelligent enough, right? Whatever it is, just noticing it. Okay, in this moment, I'm feeling this right now. We're not judging it. We're not trying to give ourselves a motivational pep talk in our head when we feel it. We're just noticing it. And then, can you accept it? Okay, this is what's happening right now. The only way to ever clear an emotion is to accept the emotion. If you block the emotion out with getting busy, with just getting busy with things, scrolling the internet, talking to somebody else, that's what most people do. They feel a negative self-talk or negative emotion, and then they get busy because it's uncomfortable. But if you sweep emotions under the rug, they continue to surface. The only way to clear a negative emotion is to accept it, is to feel it, right? So it's just like, and this is what you learn in Vipassana with Buddhist monks, is learning to accept whatever is coming up, whatever is arising, without over-identifying it, over-identifying with it, without over-analyzing it. Is like, all right, like, can I accept that right now I feel like an idiot? All right, that's fine. It's fine, right? And it's like, it's almost goofy because when you accept it, it's like it doesn't really have that much power. It's like, okay, right? And then where's the good out of it that I can harvest? When I accept it, when I let go of like trying to make myself wrong for thinking negativity, there's nothing wrong with it. Remember, you're a human being growing up in a negative culture with a subconscious mind that is programmed based off of all the information and stimulus it receives. We live in a negative world. So you have predominantly a negatively programmed subconscious mind that's surfacing, and like a record player saying, you're fat, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're not smart enough, here's why you're an idiot, here's why you can't do it, here's why this won't work out. It's not even you. It's a negatively programmed pattern in your head based off of a reflection of the way our culture is. It's all good. Don't worry about it, right? Just like, can I accept it? And how can I harvest the good out of it? Okay, this opportunity is giving me the space in order to have some time to myself to meditate. This anxiety is giving me the opportunity to remember how valuable it is for me to journal, right? For me to practice appreciation. So my question to you lastly is, what is the good out of it that you can harvest? So pick one thing right now. Step number 2, and this comes from Byron Katie. Ask if it's really true. So let's say, for instance, your negative emotional and negative thought pattern was, I don't have enough money. Ask yourself, is it really true? Well, I mean, it can't really be true, right? Like, let's say mine was that I don't have enough money. Well, I mean, I had enough money for this camera. I have enough money for the camera lights. right? I have enough money for somewhere to sleep tonight. I bought some food to eat. I bought a cup of coffee this morning. I mean, is that really true? No, right? And so what I want you to do is ask yourself, whatever your negative thought pattern that you notice when you gain awareness from the first step, and that you're accepting, ask yourself if it's really true. Because what happens is we never really take a bird's eye view to look at our thought patterns, so we accept them as true because they're going on in our head. But remember, it's coming from a subconscious mind that's negatively programmed from our culture. It's not even you, it's just negatively programmed, dude, right? And what happens is we identify with it and we never ask ourselves if it's even true, right? So it might be that you're not smart enough. Is that really true? I mean, Henry Ford has an elementary school education. Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin, billionaire, one of the largest companies in the world, has a middle school education. Steve Jobs didn't finish college, and the list goes on and on and on. So is it really true that you're not smart enough? It's not, So where does that take me? That's not really true. I just feel afraid. And that's fine. It's okay to feel afraid. And when you track back those thought patterns, they usually go back to fear, right? And then we mask them with, I'm not smart enough, I'm not qualified enough, I'm too fat to ask that person out. My last relationship failed, so I'm not gonna make an effort because there's no good guys out there, there's no good women out there, everyone's gold digger, right? I'll just probably fail anyways, there's no way for me to make enough money, no one's gonna buy this idea that I have, I'm just a stupid idiot, I'm too old, I'm too young. But when you ask yourself and you say, are any of those really true? Depending on which one spoke to you when I was riffing through those, the chances are probably no. It's not really true. It might be relatively true, but it's not really true because you can find someone who's achieved what you want to achieve or has what you want to have in a business, in a relationship, in health, in happiness, in adventures and spiritual experiences. You can find someone who has what you desire, that has faced more adversity than you, that you tell yourself is the reason that you can't have it, or the reason that the negativity and self-talk and negative emotions arises. So the question is it really true? So take your negative self-talk, write it on a piece of paper. Like let's say, for instance, it was, I don't have enough money. You write it at the top of the paper and then you ask, is this really true? No, and just look at it. It's not really true. I'm just afraid. I'm just forgetting that I live in this beautiful, abundant world and more money's printed every single day, and that I have valuable gifts, or it might just be that I'm spending too much, and then I'm telling myself I don't have enough money. Maybe I need to watch my budget a little bit. So ask yourself, is this really true? And the chances are it's not really true. You might just be afraid, and that's okay. That's part of being human. It's all part of the journey of life. And Nelson Mandela says, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's when you're scared and you do something anyways. Number 3, reframe it. Now that we've noticed what the pattern was, we've practiced accepting it, we've practiced harvesting the good out of it, we've really identified, is this even true? Right? Because what happens is these negative things that aren't even true control our whole life, and we never stop to say, is this really true? No, it's not really true. Right? So then the third part of that is twofolds. Who would you be without that thought? That's a question from Byron Katie. Who would I be without the thought that I don't have enough money? I'd be free. I'd be happy. So whatever your negative self-talk is, and you can do it with 5, 6, 7 different thought patterns, after you wrote down the last part, what you're going to do is you're going to write down, who would I be without that thought? Or just ask yourself, who would I be without the thought that I'm so fat, that I'm overweight, that I'm not good enough, that I'm not smart enough, that I'm not as good as numbers so I can't be successful, that I'm unlovable? Who would I be without that thought? I'd be loved, I'd be happy, I'd be abundant, I'd be rich, I'd be excited about life every day, I'd be healthy, I'd be confident, I'd be comfortable in my skin. So what is it? Who would you be without that thought? And it's just amazing to see who you be without that thought. And you're the one who gets to choose if you think that thought and identify with it. So there's this huge freedom gap there. And then the latter part of that is to reframe it. So if my negative self-talk was, I I don't have enough money. Right? I could flip that to, I always have enough money for everything that I need. Is that as true? Yeah, it is true. That for everything I need, a roof over my head, for food, for drinks, for all of the things that I need in life, I somehow come up with the money. That's as true or way truer than I never have enough money. I wouldn't be alive if I never have enough money. I'd be dead on the side of the road. Right? And so what I want you to do is flip your negative self-talk. I'm unlovable turns into I am pure love and I radiate that every day, right? I'm not smart enough to start my own business turns into a John DeMartini affirmation. I'm a genius and I apply my wisdom, right? There's no chance for me to make more money turns into I live in a world where more money is printed every single day and I attract abundance. And so whatever yours is, I want you to comment your new affirmation down below. Write that on a piece of paper, and that's reprogramming personally based off of the way that your negative self-talk happens. So this is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. Comment your new affirmation down below. Hopefully this video spoke to you and you can take yourself through that process. This might be a video you want to watch through again. Make sure that you download my free success hypnosis to actually reprogram your subconscious mind so we get away from all the negative self-talk in the world. You can subscribe to my channel. There's a bell notification in the corner that'll notify you when a new video comes out. Have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you soon.